Hey guys, this is SixthStarcraft bringing you game 2 of the semis A of the Dogsi 4. We do have HypnoticPoo spawning as the pink Terran in the southern position on Lost Temple, facing off once again against NgenMaster, who took away the first game just by sheer numbers, really. I did think that HypnoticPoo tried to tech very quickly on one Geyser to Banshees, and as a result he didn't have enough units to field in the early game. So we do have favorable Zerg spawning locations, as it is going to be quite easy to secure that natural expansion due to the long rush distance of cross positions. And let's see if HypnoticPoo can even it up, or if Master is going to seize the early advantage. And we do see that Master is sending out that first Overlord to get that all-important scouting information. Would like to see a drone scout the close positions, as those are the most risky positions for Zerg. And yeah, usual depot. Gonna see a barracks go up quite soon. And actually the depot is quite a little bit late, as the Terran is capped right now. And yeah, not much happening. Gonna see a very early spawning pool, actually, a 12 pool, as that does go down. And yeah, so that makes this Overlord just so critical, and it does spot the scouting SCV of Poo, so he does know that they're spawning cross positions, which will make this rush a little bit less effective. Gonna see an early gas as well, going to get that metabolic boost upgrade. And this is just so vital. If HypnoticPoo is able to finish off his wall and maybe plant a bunker down, get a couple of Marines out, he's going to be just fine. But if Master does manage to get out a bunch of Zerglings early for a run by, then this is going to be just really bad for Poo. And we do see him saving up, a bit indecisive on whether he's going to get that 16th SCV or say wait for the orbital command. And we do see that he does opt to get that 16th FCV before getting command. And gonna deny the expansion with the engineering bay, which is just fine with Master, as he wasn't planning on getting it anyway. How many Zerglings do we have coming out? We have 6 currently coming out, and a Queen. And this SCV does see the early Zerglings, so he does know what's up. Should be scrambling to finish off this wall, but instead he is not, which is his strategy, and I will respect that. So these Zerglings are gonna go to work on this engineering bay. I really don't like that he went for the engineering bay first. It's just giving HypnoticPoo more time to finish off that wall, and he does complete some sort of wall with a command center, a marine, and a barracks. I would have liked to see the Zerglings go for the run by anyway. This engineering bay is not going to do anything. You can finish it off with just a couple of Zerglings instead of using all 6. Baneling Nest now going down. And that metabolic boost is about halfway done. We do see a second Rax coming out for Poo, and he is getting supply blocked, which is never good. And yeah, Master's having some very good Overlord placement, just putting this on the high ground above the natural, gonna spot for any early expansion play, which is actually what we're seeing anyway. And HypnoticPoo only has 3 Marines out versus these 6 Zerglings. But yeah, this wall looks like it's going to be pretty sturdy, at least for the time being. At least until that Baneling Nest is finished. So yeah, metabolic boost is finishing right now. These 5 Zerglings going to morph into Banelings. He should cancel this before he loses any of that gas. He does opt to cancel and run away, running towards the minerals. Going to try and snipe this SCV. Really poor decision making, as these Marines and SCV are going to be able to trap that, or they're just going to let the SCV die. And then Masters is going to suicide run by with all his Zerglings. Going to pick up all these Marines, which got trapped outside the supply depot. 2 more Marines spawning out just in time to ward away this push. Gonna see plenty of Banelings, 7 Banelings total being brought into the field. And if we go up to the units tab, we have 2 Marines versus 7 Banelings. So this isn't gonna be pretty. Poo desperately trying to get his bunker up, but this bust is going to be so painful, and the bunker is actually going to receive splash damage from the Banelings going in for the bust, knocking down the supply depot. Going to go to work with these Marines and clean up any SCVs that Poo is hoping to mine with. SCVs versus the Zerglings, not going to be very effective. 1 Baneling does go off in a random spot, and these SCVs really have no chance against this amount of Zergling pressure. More Banelings being morphed in the top of the base. 4 currently on the way. These Speedlings just acting as a diversion. This Marine not even doing anything. And more mules being called down. Poo just so desperate to get these Speedlings out of his base. He's splitting up his Marines, trying to cover as much area as possible. These 4 Banelings can come in and do some massive damage, wiping out a small cluster of Marines and SCVs. And tons of SCVs going down. At this point, it's game. Yeah, that's just game once again. As we didn't really see Poo manage his supply that well, and that really cost him in the early game. And Ngen, man, just busting out a 12 pool and just going pretty much all in. I guess with the long travel distance, he would have been able to get a natural expansion up in time with some spine crawlers if Poo did manage to fend off and begin a counterattack. But that's all for game 2, so the series is currently 2-0 NgenMaster, and I'll see you guys in the next game.